Amazed, right? You're amazed, right? That's why you should come here.
Next time you will use it. So today I'm going to talk about OOP functional programming. I know most of your guys have already have this OOP class, this C++ class, right? So you guys supposed to know that, I assume. But what is functional programming? Probably nowadays, functional programming is actually pretty hard. But I don't think too many people really understand what powerful it is. I'm not saying OOP is not as good as functional programming. It depends what kind of use case you have. So today I'm going to talk about this and take a look example. So also, what is OOP, how to use it, what is functional programming, and how to use that.
SpongeBob.
This is what OOP. This is almost 15 years ago. That was first time I started learning Java, and I got this concept about OOP. This is like me. Oh, this is
It looks like Wang with the magic hands.
I used to have that stage. I know that. So this concept is really nice. It really attracts me. But I spend a lot of time to really understand what is it, what I can do with that, what I should do with that. So let's take a look at the example for that. Use my own word, actually, OOP is something, let's say, you can create an object, and this object should have their data. It represents what it is, and also should have the behavior, like a method, can define what it can do. So they put the two things together, it's an object. That is the principle, how we use OOP. Pretty simple, right? So here is an example. I'm using JavaScript. The JavaScript also have this class keyword. I think it's probably easier for you guys to understand. So how we can use OOP in JavaScript, like with a human class. A human class has its own data, like have legs, human have mouth, and also I can just ignore it. So we have a constructor. When we created a human,
we didn't see it.
We give it the name. And also, this is the three data we have for this class. Right? We have name, we have legs, we have mouth. And what I'm talking about the behavior is here. We have method also. We can speak. Human can speak. Most of them can say name. So in this one, we can use the data from my human object. Also, human can walk, and I can use my leg. This data to call some method in that data. Can like move how many. Pretty straightforward, right? And after that, we maybe have a programmer. So what we can do is we use inheritance. So the programmer could be a human. So we just extend from the human. So we can just add one more behavior. So programmer can write code. I hope so. And so you programmer automatically have all of the data from their parents object. Also have all of the methods from the parent object, and also have one more thing we can do is write code. It's pretty straightforward. And what is nice? If for me, as a programmer, we talk about that a lot. We really want to give you like stop because we don't have too much time. We want to study more. So if I want to have a ability to stop the time, where should I put this method in? Let's say human. Probably not all humans should have this ability, right? Put it in the programmers? Maybe not. I don't want any programmers to have this ability. So what we can do is not interface. That's other topic. Don't mix that too much. So okay, we can create another. Let's say Kevin. I'm a programmer, so I extend from program, so I can write code. And also I put one more secret function here, so I can stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Selfish. I'm not selfish. I'm talking to the problem. So
I can also stop.
yeah, that's it. You also want to do that. I use other, example, like say professor. He's easy. Let him has this ability first. So let's say other people also want to have this ability. So think about that from OOP standpoint. How could we do that? Where could we put this method? We cannot put it in human. We cannot put it in the program. I've already put it in under my name. So we have to create another like professor, class, extend from where? So now it depends from me, because I'm not professor, could be, but not. So you have to extend from human, from here, and also rewrite this code, which means we can now reuse this piece of code. If you have thousands of different, people, like I'm not so selfish now, right? I give a lot of people that ability, but you have to rewrite this code 1,000 times. Rewrite is easy, you just copy and paste. But what about in the future? You want to change the code. The maintainability is really, really low because you have to go to looking for who has this ability, and you have to change it one by one. That's horrible. How can we fix it? Before I talk about that, let's take a look what is the functional programming. The good thing, I like for JavaScript is JavaScript takes both sides. It's an OOP programming language, also use functional programming language. You can take both. So what exactly is functional programming I'm talking about? Quite simple, just keep data and behavior separate. That's easy. Like say you have a function, a simple function. You can see data, we can input it from the parameter, and we give some output based on the data we have input. So the functional programming actually we use a function to take input from outside and manipulate this input, output something out. This is the basic concept of the functional programming. Pretty straightforward. So let's take a look at an example of the same example in the functional programming, how we do this OOP thing. So we can explore, we have speak, we have say name, we have walk, we have write code, this method right before. So instead of we put it in an object, we just separately put them in, let's say this is 4 different files or in the one file. We export them separately. So you export them, and you want to use it, you can just import them individually. And here is the action. Whatever the programmer is, you can just import one ability here. You can just call them and give them the information from here. We are the parameter. So this is how we do with the functional programming.
So is it the same as the interface now?
No,
not yet.
Interface is good question. If you have question, just ask. The interface is still belong to the OOP.
Oh, okay.
Give you a concrete how, let's say, this human. So I don't really want to give the like this implementation here. So we can create it inside of class. We can create a human interface, and I just define the human should have ability to speak. But how you can speak? Like me, the programmer maybe speak different language with normal human, right? So
yeah.
we can just extend from an interface.
Oh.
Which in Java they call it implement from interface, right? So you have to implement the speak by yourself. But if you extend from a class, you already have this ability. You don't have to implement. So the interface is just like an instruction. Tell you the human, you should know how to speak. You should know how to walk. But how could you speak? Like bad person, they will say bad word, right? So you bad person, you implement from the human interface, and how you speak, you control it by yourself. It's like a contract between interface and your code.
Yeah, because I was thinking about, again, the problem of not having a multiple inheritance. And you have a class dog. The dog can...
you can implement from multiple interface. That's true, but you cannot maintain the code, not reuse the code, because in interface, you cannot implement the code. So that is the other problem.
Okay.
But this is not related to this topic. Yeah. So you got idea here. So we just separate this behavior here. And whenever you use it, you have your data here, and you pass the data to the function. That function to behavior based on the data you pass it in. Here is how we solve this stop time magical problem. So we can add one more function and export it, and we import it here. And the programmer, whenever you want to use it, you just import it here and you call it stop time. Even though the professor wants to use it, no problem. You just import it and call it. The professor actions. we have a bug here because I didn't write a code to restart the time, so we got trouble, right? Don't use that code. Okay, that's it. I think there's actually a lot of complex concept on how to use them very effectively. Right?
So now I guess more of like a curiosity. Why do you think it's not being taught so much in schools?
I don't really know.
Is it because of use
Because
case?
you know, in school they are still teaching like C#, like teaching Java. Like Java is a pure OOP language. You don't have ability to do that.
Oh, so you're stuck with the concept because of the language.
You see this one, but this is just a pure function. Java, how much language is that? You have to create a class to do this simple function. That's ridiculous. But
I feel like the reason why they teach OOP is because you can understand how computer works, you know, to get started. But then after that, when you understand it, then then you go behind that.
Not exactly. Because I believe back to the day, we don't really have a good methodology to use pure function. If we use that, everything is messed up. You put it there, you put it there. So we don't have this best practice. Because this is the other thing I want to say. OOP, you have this constraints, but you got a very great how to guard your code very safely. You will not get something wrong. But for the function, you get flexibility, but you have to take responsibility to look after your code. So this is you know advantage and disadvantage. Yeah. So this is a bigger topic. So next time.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.